Okay, I have page 42 of 63 pages of codes here, which says a permit required, no temporary structure should be erected, operated, or maintained for any purpose without maintaining a temporary structure permit. The exceptions: tents used exclusively for recreational camping purposes, and tents are air-supported structures covering an area not exceeding 900 square feet, including all connecting areas or spaces with a common means of access or entrance, that are erected for a period of less than 90 days and with an occupant load of less than 50. The director, guy that out here that walks around trying to find out if you're operating according to permits, Marcellus Spey, S-P-E-I-G-H-T, Spade. He's the chief building inspector for St. Louis County. Marcellus, M-A-R-C-E-L-L-U-S, S-P-E-I-G-H-T, told me that in order to be able to set up a tent for worship or recreation, you have to have a half an acre of ground, and we don't have a half an acre here. So they told us we had to take our tent down, and if we don't take our tent down, then we're subject to arrest. So we have a number of choices. We can either, if we take the tent down, and we can continue to remain out here without the tent, and just take the tent down, or confused to take the tent down and be arrested at this point. Or I can take the tent down and we stay here, because what are we violating if we take down the tent?
Will they let us put up smaller tents?
No, they won't let us put up any kind of tent structures at all, is what it is. But
on what basis?
You'd have to go over there and talk to they didn't give us a basis as to why we couldn't put up smaller tents, except they just, so it may come down to actually being arrested.
They didn't give us a basis for why we couldn't put up smaller tents, then what's the issue with putting up smaller tents?
What's that?
If they didn't give us a basis or a legitimate reason as to why we couldn't put up smaller tents, then what's wrong with putting smaller ones back up?
Well, this morning the police told me that you can't put up smaller tents. All you can do is have one tent with 3 people under it. So I said, okay, let's put up one tent with 3 people under it. Now they're coming along and saying you can't have one tent with 3 people under it. So it's obvious that these are things we're running into. Okay, it's like anytime you want to do something to help the homeless, it seems like somebody there to try to shut it down. And so, you know, I really don't.
So just going back and forth.
That's yeah, we got back and forth, and in essence, what they want us to do is just to take down our tent. But again, you're homeless. All y'all homeless, and if we just take down the tent, then we're right back where we were before. Sleeping out on the streets, sleeping on the sidewalk, St. Louis County dumping people downtown at 1411 Locust, packing them in the building, and every time we try to do something for the homeless, it seems like somebody doesn't want it. And here we are in a big tent, you know.